Okay, so let's talk about connection. It's a word we throw around all the time, but lately, doesn't it feel like something's missing? Like there's a gap in our lives we can't quite put our finger on? Well, we're about to explore a powerful idea that not only gives that feeling a name, but shows you exactly how to fix it.
I want you to think about your typical week for a second. It really just boils down to two main places, right? You've got home and you've got work. One is where you rest, the other is where you have obligations. But is that really all there is? What's supposed to happen in that huge space in between?
So here's how sociologists break it down. Home is our first place. It's our castle, our private sanctuary. Then there's the second place, which is work. Structured, formal, pretty much all about obligation. For way too many of us, our entire life is just a ping pong match between these two spots, leaving this giant empty void right in the middle. Okay, so let's name that gap. We're going to pull back the curtain on a concept called the third place framework. And honestly, this might just totally change how you look at your social life.
Here's the simple but game-changing definition from sociologist Ray Oldenburg. A third place is just an informal public spot where people can gather and connect. Think of the classic examples like the coffee shop in Friends or the bar from Cheers. It's not your home and it's not your work. It's that crucial somewhere else.
Now, for anyone who loves a good framework, this is for you. The genius of these places isn't an accident. There's a real logic to it. They're on neutral ground, so nobody has to host, which immediately lowers the social pressure. They act as a social leveler. Your job title means nothing here. And the main activity? It's just talking. It's a brilliant, low-stakes structure designed to let community happen all on its own.
But then, over the last 20 years or so, something really weird happened. As a lot of these physical third places started to vanish, we, as humans, instinctively started building new ones. But we built them in a place no one saw coming: online. Let's explore this hidden pattern, because it's fascinating.
And here's a really crucial insight researchers like Sukup figured out early on. You can't just copy and paste the old rules onto the internet, right? Trying to make your Facebook group work exactly like a 1950s diner is going to fail because the digital world has its own unique DNA for creating connection. And just look at the scale of this. 90. That's the average number of things a Facebook user creates or shares every single month. This isn't just mindless scrolling, people. This is a massive collective hunger for social connection playing out in a digital space.
So, what does this new digital framework actually look like? Well, the focus shifts. Instead of neutral ground, it's about relationship initiation. Instead of a physical building, it's people over place, meaning the connections are more important than the website itself. And my absolute favorite, the third place within a third place. That's you scrolling Instagram while you're physically sitting in a coffee shop. It's this whole new social layer we've invented for explorers and strategists.
But wait, the story doesn't stop there. In fact, what's happening right now is this amazing pushback against our purely digital lives. People are consciously and intentionally creating new physical third places, but they look a little different this time. And people are getting so creative with it. We're talking sober dance parties, mocktail bars with these cool functional ingredients, and really well-structured game nights. You see, these aren't just accidental hangouts. They are spaces designed from the ground up for quality connection, often without needing alcohol as a social lubricant. It's a whole vibe.
Here's a perfect, practical example of what I mean. Just look at the thought that goes into a modern game night invitation. A little theme slogan gets everyone focused. Putting a limit on guests? That's a brilliant way to manage social anxiety before anyone even walks in the door. It's a safe, clear, and practical way to build your community, designed to make everyone feel comfortable right from the start.
So this is all cool in theory, right? But how do you actually use it? Well, here's the best part. You don't have to just sit around and wait for a third place to appear. You can actually be the one to build it. Okay, here's the simple step-by-step playbook. First, find a spot that's easy for people to get to. Could be a park, a community room, whatever. Next, and this is key, ask people what they actually want. Then make it comfortable. Food, drinks, good lighting. Finally, get the word out and host something. Seriously, this is a doable blueprint you could start working on this weekend. And as you're planning, just keep these key ingredients in mind. You want a playful mood. You want the main event to just be conversation. And you absolutely need a welcoming vibe where people feel totally free to come and go as they please. The whole point is low stakes, high connection. So I'll just leave you with this final thought. Forget about what you think you should do for a second. If you could design your own perfect third place, what would it actually look like? What would you do there? And most importantly, who would be there with you?
If this touched your heart, please subscribe, like, and share it with your family. Save this for more meaningful content ahead.